Very few things give me the creeps quite like maggots. I actually like insects, but these little ugly motherfuckers can stay as far away from me as possible. This particular little guy is called the New World Screwworm, because it basically tries to screw its way into every open hole in your body. Sure, it's disgusting, but there are plenty of disgusting creatures out there. So why has the screwworm suddenly been showing up in headlines all over the internet like we are dealing with an alien invasion? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at this little prick and learn how it lives. Let's start with an adult, pregnant female looking for a place to lay her eggs. Most flies would happily choose a rotting carcass or a steaming pile of shit. Well, not this posh lady. She's got standards. She wants something fresher, something alive. She's looking for wildlife, livestock, or even you and me. That means humans, I guess. Once she finds a suitable victim, she looks for wounds or natural openings. The corners of the eyes, the ears, or your ass. That's where she lays her eggs. Just 6 to 8 hours later, the larvae hatch. And that's when the fun begins. The babies are hungry, and they want fresh meat. They burrow into the wound and start eating you alive. Now, that might appeal to certain people, but cows generally aren't fans of the experience. That's why ranchers in Texas are keeping a very close eye on this dude. They had already waged war against this enemy for the future of the world thousands of years ago, in the 1950s and 1960s, when they triumphed by releasing sterile individuals and managed to drive the flies all the way to the dark depths of Panama. But the evil has now returned. I can feel it in the wind. I can feel it in the water. The larvae spends about 5 to 7 days eating its host, then drops to the ground and pupates. Another 7 to 10 days later, an adult fly emerges, and the whole vicious cycle starts again. The entire screwworm situation is really disgusting. And of course, these little maggots aren't really to blame for the way they live. That's just how our dear Lord created them. But God also said, "Kill it with fire." And that's why I'm happy to live in a country where winter lasts almost 8 months a year. Sure, I'm depressed as hell, but at least the worms aren't eating me alive. Take care.